let's just take the unknown apostate. The unknown apostate. What would you like to say?
Hello, Harris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What would you like to say?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I like all your videos and you're a big inspiration for me. And yeah, I've been hearing things like from a lot of ex-Muslims, or what they've been saying mainly was that within 3 decades, 2050 precisely, apparently since that Wahhabism might die down due to the lack of oil, and Islam might reform, what would you say about that? Would that be true?
Well, Wahhabism has been relying historically on the petrodollars coming out of Saudi Arabia. So with Muhammad MBS, ignoring what he's done, he's shown quite expressively that he wants to reform Islam. He wants to modernize the Islamic discourse and Saudi Arabia as well. So what that implicates is that all the money that's been going into countries like Pakistan, where they get the manpower from countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh, for example. Bangladesh has also moved towards secularism, or trying to move towards secularism. Pakistan is still confused. But if Saudi Arabia stops funding these madrasas and Wahhabi version of Islam, this is going to show us quite a rapid decline of Wahhabism, an extreme form of Islam. Now, however, the problem is not that quickly overcome, because now we have these homegrown, hardcore Salafist, Wahhabist kind of movements in countries like England, for example. We've got these people may not need Saudi support. So how that would be approached? Would the government double down on them? Would they wake up? Who knows? But overall, forget about Wahhabism or the harsher form of Islam. We see mixed signs. We see Malaysia and Indonesia making more Islamist comments as countries. Pakistan is still confused. Turkey with Erdogan, that also talks about reforming Islam, but then also glorifying the great Islamic past. So all of these things are sending mixed messages. But one thing that we can put our hopes in is the fact that Islam, or Muslims themselves, are leaving Islam in huge numbers. I've shared that number quite a few times. In Iran, it's 32%. Tunisia is like 32, 33%. In Egypt, I think 12%. This is Arab Barometer doing that, and BBC covered that. So you just put Arab Barometer, BBC, Muslim countries, just put or Islam, just put that up, and you'll see some really encouraging signs. So I don't care about these clerics or the discourse of the reform movement. All I care about is whether we can reach out to the wider Muslim audience. That's a bit of hard work. When I see some sort of hate mail that I receive on Facebook, or I don't even have my Facebook. When people put up my videos, there's some kind of the comments that you see, you're like, wow, they can go to that extreme, and there's a huge population that probably thinks that way. And events like Charlie Hebdo and what happened in Speaker's Corner last week, those kind of things actually give us a reality check that this problem is far from over. But by 2050, a lot can change. I've always said it. Yeah. It only takes one generation to just change the whole direction of your society. John, you want to add something on it? Sorry.
Sorry. I think a lot of people also want to leave, but they fear the death penalty or getting disowned.
Oh. Well, yeah, that remains a challenge. But this is why it's as Dawkins used to say, this has to be a tipping point, which makes sense. That there will be a tipping point when we reach, like, let's say 15% of people. Right now, the dirty word in Pakistan is liberals. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit further up. So liberals are the vocal liberals in Pakistan are more or less agnostics or atheists, but they just don't express their atheism. They just try to tackle issues around homosexuality or women empowerment, etc., from the liberal point of view, rather than saying that I am an atheist and these ideas of Islam are barbaric and ancient and they have no place. So they don't go that way. But it's only a matter of time when some people are going to start doing it. Once that happens, we might reach towards that tipping point. I'll give you some good encouraging signs. Now, there's an open debate in Pakistani parliament about no, we shouldn't be converting children under 18 and non-Muslim children under 18. We shouldn't be harassing non-Muslim minorities. And also, if you blaspheme, which I don't support, but it is kind of a step that is in the positive direction, where they're starting to apply blasphemy law on Muslims as well who insult non-Muslim religions. Yes, I get it. My bigger view on blasphemy is like it shouldn't be there anyway. But like, I think, but when people, just the recognition that, okay, if we're going the hypocrisy, that they're trying to realize that the society is built on hypocritical principles. So that recognition, and then 2050 is a long way away. I reckon you'd see some major changes within 5-6 years.
Harris?
Yeah.
I might have to get off now because I've got a Muslim family member coming over in like 7 minutes.
Okay.
But it was nice talking to you. Like,
No
you're a
worries.
big inspiration for me, honestly.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
Stay safe. Take care of yourself.
To
help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.